Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Let's Taste with the Intrepid Wino, where I open wines made in Australia or New Zealand and share my impressions of them. I don't give ratings. I feel like it kind of devalues the wine. I just like to share my first impressions after freshly opening a bottle, and what I like, what I might not like, whether I think it's of good value, whether I recommend it. And I'm excited to share my impressions of a new wine from some very good friends and customer of mine down in Geelong, the boys from Union Street Wine, Lewis and Andy, and they have previously donated a bottle for me to share my impressions of. I was a big fan of that Monty, and here we're looking at Geelong Shiraz. So from Bodega, or By Bodega, this is Geelong Shiraz 2017. The recommended retail for this would probably be sit around $35, but I dare say probably most of it's going to be sold via Union Street Wine. If you are in the Geelong area, I highly recommend a visit. It's probably one of the best places to buy wine in Geelong these days, and as well as the shop, they have fantastic wine bar next door. Yeah, they've got a great range, so very knowledgeable, those two guys, very enthusiastic, and they're good mates. So thanks guys for letting me share my impressions. Let's have a look. Nice colour, really classic sort of Shiraz colour, in that kind of burgundy, bricky sort of red colour. Quite aromatic, really jumps out. You know, it does look like a Shiraz from a slightly cooler climate. You know, there's some darker fruits, but there's also a kind of nice, slightly smoky sort of clove, slightly spicy aromatic component that starts to come out more as it opens. Yeah, just a nice kind of earthy, rustic, almost a cured meat kind of character, or a smoked meat character. Yeah, quite lovely, you know, meaty. It's possible there might have been some whole bunch in here. There's a little bit of a stemmy character to it. It's nice. It's it kind of reminds me more of a Rhone Valley Syrah, like a Crozon Hermitage or something like that. Let's taste. At first it kind of gives the impression of being quite generous, but it's actually very focused and even a little bit lean. You know, the tannins are not really jammy and heavy. They're quite tight. They do kind of fade on the palate, so that you end up with quite a nice, clean, light, refreshing finish on the palate. The fruits they are on the dark end of the spectrum, but they're certainly not overripe. They're not kind of plummy or jammy. They're more in that kind of blackberry kind of, just got a little bit of bite. The sort of the savoury elements are coming through on the palate. It is a really interesting Shiraz, and it is a style that I would like to see more of in Australia. Generally, you are needing to go to a slightly cooler region, or at least maybe a more elevated part of a warmer region, to get those kind of savoury elements. I think that's a really lovely wine. I wouldn't have any problem paying that kind of price. It would be even sweeter if it was under $30. Again, as I've said many times before on Let's Taste, with varieties that are so prominent in Australia, particularly Shiraz, which I believe is probably still the most planted variety in the country, it is a very, very crowded playing field, and you have to either show quality and incredible value, or you have to be a little more interesting and delicious and food friendly. So I think the price point, if it was sharp enough, this wine would be an absolute steal. As it is, I think it's a very good wine for the price. And I think it does sort of show the quality of Shiraz in the Geelong region. A lot of people talk about Chardonnay and Pinot Noir, and by all means they are fabulous, but I think Shiraz is probably one of the better varieties that I've encountered in my wine career, such as it is. But guys, keep up the good work. I'm really glad to see you making more wine, and I appreciate your support both for my own wine brand, Vino Intrepido Wines, and also for my my employer. It's always a pleasure to come down and see you in Geelong, and makes the trip worthwhile. Guys, if you would like to have your wines profiled here on Let's Taste with the Intrepid Wino, please do get in contact with me, and you can do that via my website, which is intrepidwino.com. There's lots of other content there, ways of getting in contact with me, writings I've done in the past, and access to my podcast, the Vincast, which I'd love for you to have a listen to. If you enjoyed this video, if you watched it on YouTube, or if you watched it on Facebook, hit the like button, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Share it any way you can. And if you are indeed watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. And if you're on Facebook, hit the like button for the Intrepid Wino Facebook page. But guys, until next time, cheers.